Alright, here's hoping that I don't shoot the door again. That was kind of bad, actually. But I can't really see the phone. So, we're gonna get what we get. Actually colder than it was yesterday. The sun is already. Can't believe it's only been a couple months, and I was driving in the dark to work every day. I don't know how this is gonna work when it gets back to fall and winter again. Tired. Let's see, what should we talk about today? Let's talk about freedom. It's something that comes up like all the time. People talking about like their freedom and how they want to take other people's freedom away, and how it's okay to take it from this person because you'll still have your freedom. The mask mandates and stuff like that. And people think that freedom is like freedom is what do you call it? Like Wild West, where you just have the complete reign to do whatever the hell you want and stuff like that. No, freedom ends after you make your choice. Like, people don't realize that. When you're the land of the free, that means that you still have the choice to make. And when people talk about being free, that means that they want to make a choice or change their environment, change something about it. Where everybody gets, including myself, maybe it's just me who gets this confused, but I know better, is that once you make your choice, you're now responsible. And if you change your mind, you want to make another choice, you're still responsible for everything that happened when you made your original choice. You have to basically repair any damage that you did from your original choice. That's what making a choice is about. That's what freedom is about. That's what being free is about. When you take that away from somebody, in any capacity, to make the choice, no matter how damaging it is to them, no matter how much you want to protect them, you're taking their freedom away. That's it. It's that simple. And you apply that to everything. Finds out that she's pregnant, and she should have the choice of whether to take it to term or whether to terminate it. That should be her choice, not the government's choice, not anybody's choice. And that's it. Then she's got to make the choice. Once she makes her decision, she can't change her mind. Well, if she decides to carry it to term, she can then change her mind and to not carry it to term. But then you get into legal aspects of what happens when she decides to terminate before birth. But why would you carry a baby almost to term and then decide to terminate it? It makes no sense. The 9 months that you're carrying that baby, you might as well protect it. Might as well. And so that's all I can say. So basically, once your decision's made, it's now to your responsibility of, like, you know, what you own about that decision. It's your responsibility. And that's it. Welcome to how freedom works. I mean, like, it doesn't get any more simple than that. I don't know how to explain it any other than that. You own a gun. Same thing with owning a gun. You make the decision to own a gun. You can choose to not to own the gun. But if you choose to own a gun, you own the responsibility. You own it. The choice is made. If something happens, you can't just, something happens with that gun and it kills somebody, you can't say, oh, I didn't really want to own that gun, or oh, they did that. No, you took the responsibility of owning that gun. You own it. You own everything that happens. If it kills your kid, you own that. That's your responsibility. I'm sorry to say, I know this is going to sound like a really hurtful thing to say, but you're responsible. If you kill somebody else's kid, you're responsible. You shouldn't take ownership of your freaking responsibility. That's why maybe you shouldn't have owned a gun. And if you currently own a gun and you're not that responsible about it, maybe you should, reconsider owning that gun, because you have the responsibility for anything that happens with that gun. Welcome to owning it. This has nothing to do with the right to bear arms. This has to do with the responsible. There's a reason why they say a well-regulated militia. Because with regulations, comes the responsibility. You can have any other number of reasons for owning a gun. Any number of reasons to own a gun. I don't care. I don't even care. The truth is that it doesn't provide any protection. It's not going to protect you. It's going to kill. And that's its job. Its job is to kill. Whether it's killing you or killing somebody else, that's its job. That's not protection. That's my own personal take on it. If that is the real reason why you own a gun, then own it. You're completely and totally responsible for everything that happens. It's just like owning a car. You're completely and totally responsible for everything that happens to that car. If your gun gets stolen, you have to report it. If you have an unregistered gun, you got to report it. You're still freaking responsible. Because if it traces back to you and you don't freaking report that your gun got stolen, you're responsible. And whether the law finds you out or not, you're still responsible. I freaking hate that people think that because they got away with it doesn't mean that they're free and clear. No, you're not free and clear. You're still responsible. You're responsible for every action you take. Every decision that you make in life, you're responsible for it. You own it. I don't know why this is so stupid and why people can't figure this part out. I don't know why people can't figure this part out, but it's, like, again, so simple, and it seems like it's the most difficult thing for people to do. And the people who cry freedom and that they're a freaking patriot and all this other stuff, don't take my guns away. you probably shouldn't own a gun. But I don't make that choice. You should make that choice. But when you are found responsible, especially like police officers and stuff like that, who kill people on a daily basis now, it feels like, kill people on a daily basis. You're responsible. Every time you fire that gun into somebody to kill them, you're freaking responsible. And I don't care if the law freaking, you get away with it and everything like that, or you keep your job. You still own it. Own what you're responsible for. God damn. Why is this so difficult? That's the problem. That's the problem that happened when you took on the freaking job as a police officer. Yes, it's a dangerous job. Yes, it's very difficult. But if you're killing people, freaking own it. You're taking their freedom away by killing them. You're taking their ability to choose away. And don't tell me it's because they're criminals that's the price they pay. No, it's not. That's not the price. It is the ultimate price, but it's not. That is not equal to whatever crime they committed. Reason why we have court systems, and yeah, they're broken too. And I'm not even going to get into all that freaking bullshit. That's the reason why if police could just take the law into their own hands and be judge, jury, and executioner, then why the hell do we have court systems? It is. Kind of like not right. So yeah, I hear all these people talking about this all the time, and I'm right now going freaking bonko crazy, I'm in severe depression because, since the 70s I was told to, pick up my trash and recycle and all this other stuff, and we haven't come anywhere close to freaking doing that, ever. And, now they're talking about when the doomsday meter is, and it's coming. And somebody was talking about 2050, we're gonna, we have until 2050. No, we have until 2050 if we do everything right. It's still gonna end. It's just gonna extend it. The severe weather patterns and, severe droughts and, all the climate change things that they promised was gonna happen are happening right now. We're in the middle of it. The ice shelves in Antarctica are gone. And it's not because the Earth is tilting on its axis or some stupid thing that somebody was saying. No. It is man-made. This is man-made. We did this. And we had the opportunity to fix it. And you know what? We didn't fix it. So now we have the opportunity to give ourselves a little more time. And we're not doing it. Methane alone will help clean up the greenhouse gases that would buy us the time to get the CO2 out of the air to prevent the greenhouse effect. We have that ability. We have that ability to do it. But no, they don't decide, oh, we're not going to do that. We're not going to cap off these freaking oil plants. Instead, we're going to blame it on fucking cows farting and burping. No, the cows farting and burping, there isn't enough cows. In the history of cows, farting and burping doesn't equal 1 day of the methane that gets released into the air by one company, by one oil company here in the United States. Sunoco thought they were doing themselves a favor by sending out the guy who did the metering, and it was worse than the guy even thought it was possible. It's worse. Think about how bad that is. Just capping off and stop releasing methane gas into, the oil companies would stop releasing methane gas into the air. Just that single one action by one type of company in the world. They cap that off and stop releasing methane gas in the air. We would give ourselves until 2050. But they're not going to do it. They're gonna continue to freaking release methane gas in the air until they can't anymore. And I'm not saying stop oil production. I'm not saying any of that. None of that shit that I'm talking about. I'm talking about capping it off so you're not releasing methane gas. Expensive? Yes. Not stopping. And it's part of friggin' being responsible. People should be put in jail for what they've been doing. This should be like a wholesale stop on the whole thing. Like, I can't believe that this continues. It is allowed. Instead, what we're worried about is whether people can buy houses or not. Well, then we're gonna die. Who cares if you can buy a house now? Who the fuck cares? We as a species is going to have, the Earth is going to become uninhabitable by 2050. We are going to break the 2-degree mark before that. The threshold, as they called it. The point of no return. We're already well on our way. We have to have a major change in our habits and the way we do things. And is it going to be expensive? Yes, but it's part of being fucking responsible. Why can't we fucking be responsible? Then we can be free. You can make the fucking choice. If you're fucking responsible for the decisions you make, then you can make that choice. If you can't be responsible for the decisions you make, you shouldn't have that freedom. It's that simple. It drives me crazy that people don't understand this. And I know I'm talking to the choir. I know that anybody who watches this is like going, yeah, we know that. That's how it is. Yeah, we know that. Yeah, you're not giving me any freaking brain candy, anything new. You're not saying anything new, Sean. No, I'm not. This is stuff that's been happening since I was a little kid. Many, many moons ago. Before it was a problem for humanity's sake. When the idea of still having single combustion engines and doing oil production and stuff like that was still on the table. When coal was not, they weren't talking about eliminating coal as an option for electricity. Yeah, now it all has to stop. We've gone too far. And will it save us? No. This is the Ark dilemma. Everybody talks about like history repeats itself. Well, there's a story, Noah and the Ark, and this is the Ark dilemma. The only problem is that we don't have an Ark. nobody has figured out a way to save humanity. I thought the way we were going to save humanity was to basically blast ourselves off into space and go to another planet and let everybody just destroy themselves here so the Earth could renew and we can come back. That's what I thought was going to happen. But yeah, not in my lifetime. And my lifetime is going to be humanity's lifetime. So there is no arc, but it's still the arc dilemma. I mean, people are going to get down on their knees and pray to God to save them, and there won't be a God to save them. You know, God helps those who help themselves. That's a thing, right? I mean, I don't think that in Sunday school they weren't telling me that, as a gimmick, right? It was a thing, right? God helps those who help themselves. Well, guess what? We're not helping ourselves. And we got sins of our father going on. Sins of our father's father and father's father's father. All going on and never being corrected. Is my depression. That was I think that was one of the, I know that I was very blunt about my answer. It was just a simple yes. I didn't explain it to them, but like, how is not everybody in this world like not in severe depression because of this? I mean, why aren't we treating this like a freaking crisis? I mean, look at what happened when we treated the freaking COVID-19 as a crisis. Look at the backlash from that. And climate change has already killed more people than freaking COVID-19 did, or has. Sorry. The pandemic is now turning endemic, so, which I'm not very thrilled about. So thank you, idiots, for being idiots and not understanding how science works. And because of all the pollutants in the air giving people breathing problems, now because of this pandemic that attacks people, especially if they're breathing, yeah, it might actually end up killing off this freaking population. Genius. Absolute 100% genius. Yeah, there is not saving humanity is not going to happen. There's not going to be no magic thing. There's not going to be aliens from another planet coming down to basically, show us the right way to do things. And even if that did happen, we would probably freaking thwart off their freaking advances and their help, thinking that they were trying to attack us, and then they would probably just wipe us out anyway. So, yeah, genius. Species is fucking doomed. Yeah, I asked about my depression and stuff like that. It doesn't go away. It's not like oh, I just don't think about it, but it's still there. It's still permeating. It's still like festering a little bit. I play pretend a lot. And the sad thing about it is I'm so good at playing pretend that I've been doing this for years, and now my pretend I think my pretend time has depression. And I know I treat it like it's all bad and not nice and everything like that, but it does protect me. it is kind of one of my barriers, one of my walls, and you know, it does do that. It does keep me safe sometimes. But when people try to get to know me and do things like that, my depression's always in the way. Because it always thinks the worst. Even the people I love the most, my depression thinks the worst. And I don't know how to change that. I do my best to kind of hide it. If that makes sense. You know, I used to say how much I hate people, and the truth of the matter is I don't really hate people. I just don't trust them. Even when I get to know somebody, I still don't trust them. And especially if somebody has given me their word and broken it. If you've ever broken your word with me, I don't trust. I will interact with you. I will do all these things, and you know, I will be a quote unquote friend until the end, and we can play nice and do all these wonderful things. But I don't trust you. I never will. I can't. It's not how I'm built. That's why I talk about recompense so much. And people do make mistakes, and things do happen. And ignoring them is not the answer. It's never been the answer. Taking responsibility for your decisions. And if you didn't know that you hurt me, and if you didn't think that it bothered me in any way, ask. You know that I'm freaking blunt about shit. I'll tell you. I might make a joke of it and try to, keep it light because it hurts so much. But the fucking truth is that I will tell you if it hurt. I will tell you if you did me wrong. I have no compunction about that. I will always tell you that. And it's not a problem because it always happens. Is not like an invitation to continue. Be better. Be better than what everybody else does to me. Friggin' spent my entire friggin' childhood being friggin' bullied. I think that is the common thread. That is the commonality of what I expect from people, is to basically bully me. So is that where you want our relationship to be? And I'm not talking teasing, and I'm not everybody goes, oh, I can't tease you, I can't do. No, I'm not talking any of that shit. I'm talking actual bullying. I'm talking actually forcing me to bend to your will. Either verbally, physically, or any other way. Or with threats. That's bullying. I think it's because people don't understand. They call teasing bullying all the time. Or giving somebody a gift, they call that bullying. Now I can't wrap my head around it, because when you call something bullying, it means something very specific to me. What bullying does. What bullying is for. I fucking hate bullies. And when I realized I was becoming a bully myself, here I make it sound like I didn't become one. When I became a bully, when I was just as awful as the people who treated me, because I thought it was the right thing to do. That was wrong. It wasn't the right thing to do. It was wrong. It was wrong for me to be that way. best thing to do is just leave them. Let them do whatever the fuck's going to happen. Good, bad, indifferent. They're going to make their choices. And if their choices is to bully me, then I don't want them in my life. And that is the repercussions of bullying me. That is the repercussions. It's always been. That I will do what I can to get you out of my fucking life. Like I said, it's not I'm not talking about teasing. I don't know why people call teasing bullying all the time. It's not. Bullying should be a curse word. Instead, it's got this stigma about, it's the nicer, softer thing. What do you do with your bully? Everybody had a bully. No. And again, coercion, though bad, might not be bullying. It could turn into bullying because you have to force your way, and that's. That's why people should learn that when somebody says no, it means fucking no. It means no. It means don't try to convince them to change their mind. It just means no. No means no. And it's not so difficult to understand. Well, I am actually running a little late today, so we're gonna cut this off. I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're having a wonderful time. My rants don't upset you or anything like that. Not my intention. Maybe it will give you a good laugh, but anyway, I hope you know that I do it because I care, and I hope you can see that. And as always, cool beans. All right, take care.